Welcome to Activity 2 of the Life at 25 activity. So this portion of the Life at 25 is going to be about the cost of college. Now, at Westfield High School, there's a strong emphasis on figuring out and thinking about your future in college and your future career. So most of you have already done all of this. Many of you have already had your senior meetings, and so you've talked through where you're going to go, you've talked through the cost, and you kind of have all of that. Therefore, I assume that this will be one of the easier parts of this project. I think most of you won't have to do very much research. Most of you probably already have this information real close at hand, if not in your binder already, that you can just pull it out and do it. So I strongly encourage you to just jump right in, get this taken care of, get it finished, and get it turned in. If you can do it in a day, that would be wonderful. Now, let's take a look at what I'm expecting here. Essentially, what you're going to do is you're going to write 2 paragraphs about the college and about the program you're interested in, and then you're going to fill in this graph. So the easiest way to do this is to simply make a copy of this. So you go over here to File, make a copy, and then you can just erase my words and literally just type your paper right here on this page. And of course, name it with your name. This graph, you'll actually want to keep this graph on here. You're not going to delete this. You're just going to literally fill in this other side. If you scroll down, you'll see that there's a rubric. I want you to write your essay. You're going to talk about housing and cost. You're going to figure out the cost of college. And then you're going to do your student debt graph. Okay, so let's talk for a minute about student debt. So for the purposes of this assignment, you're going to figure out the tuition price, the price of housing and food, the overall annual price, and then you're going to subtract scholarship money out of that price. So let's say that you're eligible for $10,000 a year of scholarship money, and you know that, like you're already familiar with the scholarships that you're eligible for. Then you can just put, $10,000 here, and you can minus. So if your annual cost of college is $25,000, you minus 10,000, and then you have $15,000 left. Okay, and so this is just a way to kind of do the math and sort of have it all laid out here. Now, if you do not know about scholarship money, if you don't think you're going to be eligible for anything, that's fine. You can leave this blank. But many of you are already very familiar with scholarships. You already know what your GPA is, and so this should be very simple for you if you already know you have a scholarship coming to just plop that in right there. The Pell Grant, just a word on this. This is a federal program for low income. If you think that you can fall into this category, then you can go ahead and estimate somewhere between $2,000 and $5,000 a year. If you think your family's gonna fall on the low income part of that, go ahead and assume $5,000 a year. Okay. Then you're going to come down here to the student debt section. And in this section, you're actually going to calculate using this link right here. You're going to open up financialaid.org, and you're going to calculate how much money you're going to spend each month in. So you'll put your loan balance in, you'll change your interest rate to Stafford loan, and there's another, let's see, yeah, Stafford is probably where you want to be at. You're going to do a 10-year loan term, and then you're going to calculate your student loan. Okay, so you're going to assume 10 years. If you have significant debt, it might be up to 20 or 30 years. And then you're going to just plop those numbers in. How much of college will you be taking out a loan for? How many years will you pay on it? What's the interest rate? What's your monthly payment? And that's it. That's all you have to do. This is a really straightforward assignment. Let me go ahead and show you an example here. Okay, this is a student of mine that was at the high school where I taught in South Carolina. Okay, so you can see that he wants to go to Clemson University. He talks a little bit about the program that he's interested in, talks a little bit about what he wants to do with that and why he's interested in Clemson, obviously because it's better money or it's cheaper for him. So So you can see here that he's figured out how much it's going to cost for him to go to Clemson University. He's got the annual amount and the semester amount for food. He's figured out where he's going to be, and he's got this all written down. Okay, now look at what he's done here. He's figured out how much he is eligible for. So these are South Carolina scholarships. So these are going to be a little bit different for you here in Indiana. He's come up with, he thinks he's going to get Pell Grant. How much is it going to cost him? And then do the math. Once you take away all the scholarships, what's left? And here he's got this number. Okay. So he thinks he's going to have 16 classes done when he graduates high school because, and so some of you are going to have AP and stuff, and it might take away some of your classes. So he thinks he's going to have to attend college for 2.5 years to get a bachelor's degree. Okay. So he does the math here. He thinks his parents can contribute about 15%, and this is the total that he's going to have to pay for college. Okay. So he comes down here. He figures out if he pays for 10 years with a 5% interest, he's going to pay $271.05 every month for 10 years. Okay? And then he's done. Now, that's exactly what I want you guys to do. This is just straightforward math today. So go ahead and start working on this. Start plopping in your numbers. I do want to make one point. You'll notice up here he has added some hyperlinks. That is important, just like with the first activity, you have to do your sources in hyperlinks for this activity as well. So good luck. I can't wait to read what you're going to say.